What's up, YouTube? Dave here. So, among my friends, I'm known as a really big Android fanboy, and if you go through like on past videos, yeah, definitely big Android fanboy. I've owned multiple Nexus devices, Nexi devices, whatever, and Android's the only mobile operating system I've ever used because, well, I'm poor and I can't afford 20 different phones. I wish I could, but I can't. So my daily driver right now is my Nexus 4 over here. And so, just out of fun some because WW's DC was was shown today. Releasing iOS 7 and a new Max and blah blah blah. Like just for a little fun, I decided to do a little challenge to myself and take this iPhone 5, which conveniently came into my possession like recently, and try it out for a week. Like I never really used an iOS device except for my sister's iPod Touch, which I don't know, I've played games on. That's really it. So basically, this is my first real taste of iOS. I'm not gonna jailbreak it or anything. I'm gonna use, just stock iOS, and use it for a week, compare it to Android, and see how long can I last. Honestly, so as of right now, this is the end of my first day with the iPhone 5. I don't know, I've been using it for I guess a little over 24 hours now. With setup and stuff, and I'll share some thoughts. So let's go. Now let's talk about the setup of the iPhone 5 here. This is the Verizon version, but as some of you may know, the Verizon version, the SIM card is unlocked, so you can put any AT&T SIM card or T-Mobile, and it'll work perfectly fine, even though it's the Verizon version of the iPhone 5. So I'm not sure. So again, I'm not sure if this is just a Verizon iPhone thing or is all iPhones, but I could not activate the phone without a SIM card inserted, which is really annoying. Like compared to Android phones, I'm gonna be comparing to Android phones a lot. I'm sorry, if just it's just gonna happen. But compared to an Android phone, I turn on, I can skip through practically all the settings, minus the language, I think, and boom, I'm into the phone, done. But here, I had to, I set it up, set up Wi-Fi, and I didn't have a nano SIM at the time, so this refused to activate without a nano SIM. I don't know, that just seems really stupid, for a lack of a better term. So I'm not sure if it's just because it's a Verizon one or if it's just iPhones in general. I don't know. You guys have experienced anything like that? Feel free to comment below. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. So after I got a nano SIM and finally got it activated and stuff, I downloaded unusual app, Gmail, Google, was it Google Voice, Hangouts, etc., etc. Set it up like so. Downloading stuff, setting up apps. I had to look up how to sync my Google contacts and my calendar, which was relatively simple. And yeah, it was all fun. The only thing that really irked me during the whole setup process, minus the nano SIM issue, was setting a custom ringtone. I don't understand why it's so difficult for iOS. Again, comparing to Android, I just had to move a file to the ringtone folder. Done. Then just select it in the settings. Here, I've done. I looked it up on Google. I researched it. Like how to set a custom ringtone on iOS or on iPhone or whatever. Like the only instructions I found were connected to iTunes, find a song, do get info, and make an AAC version, I believe it's called. I don't remember at the moment, but it was a lot of hassle to do just a custom ringtone for this thing. Like I always wondered why so many iPhone users had that exact same, ringtone, that default iPhone ringtone. I always wonder why do all of them have that, and now I kind of know it's a pain in the butt. So after using the phone like all day, it's like what 2 a.m. right now. So yeah, and use this all day. Have some few nitpicks, but also have good things. Some minor nitpicks are the lack of haptic feedback on a keyboard. When you type, you feel a little bit of vibration to acknowledge that you press something. It's missing on iOS. I looked it up online to find out if I could put it on, but apparently I have to jailbreak it. But yeah, the lack of haptic feedback kind of irked me. It was not a deal breaker, but it just like I miss having it. I had to get used to the whole smaller screen because I got used to 4.7-inch screens and downsizing to a 4-inch screen. I had to get used to the keyboard, like a smaller keyboard, but it took a little while, but I got used to it and it just flowed well. But as for the keyboard itself, it could be better. Like it's not bad by any means, but getting to I don't know, I wish there was a quick way to get to punctuations. It just I don't know, I didn't like the way I didn't like the fact I had to push a button to get to the punctuation row of the keyboard. It's I'm used to holding a key and it'll give me a certain punctuation or something like that. So now onto some of the things I like about using this iPhone for a day. I like the apps. I've downloaded, the iOS versions of the apps I normally use on Android, and the majority of them are better. The Facebook app is better, the Instagram app's better. The Google Plus is depending on your preference. You might like it, you might not. Snapchat is better. Vine is tons better on iOS. The Android app, the Android version for Vines, it's just horrible. Now the build quality is kind of a hit and miss with me. Like I like the feel, I like the metal feel of it. It feels nice in hand, and except for like these little edges here on the back of the phone. I don't know. For some reason, these kind of they kind of cut into the hand. Like they don't like actually cut my hand, but like when I'm gripping it, I don't know, maybe just maybe I'm just holding it wrong, I guess. Those jokes. But I don't know. Might be the way I'm holding it, but it like these back edges, they cut into my hand a little. I don't know why. It's just like when I'm trying to type or reach up. So that's pretty much for my day one of the iPhone 5. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow, I guess, for day two. So, I don't know, if you guys have any tips or, I don't know, things you want to tell me about this stuff, about the iPhone 5 and how to use it better, please leave a comment down below and help me out. Thanks. Peace.